All right, vlog time. We're talking about King of the Nerds today. As some of you should know, I was on the TBS reality show King of the Nerds, and it was amazing. And 5th episode in, spoilers, but I get kicked off in the 5th episode. 5 out of 8, that's more than halfway, so that's cool. But I had such a great time doing the show, and a lot of you people have been asking about it, so I want to do a vlog where I can kind of answer your questions and kind of give you an inside look at what it was like living in Nerdvana, hanging out with those amazing nerds. First of all, like, a lot of you are asking like if I made friends while I was there with some of the other cast members, and let me tell you, these guys were some of the most amazing people I have ever met in my life. I've been saying it since the day I was on set to still now. My favorite nerd there was Brandon. He gave us a drunken lecture, and let me tell you, that was just, it blew my mind away. He was talking about cones and rods inside of the eye. All right, and let me tell you, this is how it works. And I'm like, dude, this guy's fantastic. And of course, there was me and Ivan, like, instantly connected. Like, we had that bromance strong on the show. In the first episode, when we were running up to Nerdvana, we were the first two to share any dialogue between each other. And we're like, all right, this guy. Meeting Ivan was one of the greatest things that came from that experience. I love you, man. For those of you who might not have known or seen my tweets, Ivan, he actually does role-playing games. He's got this one tabletop game. It's called Outbreak Undead. And it is a RPG tabletop game where you can play as yourself in a zombie apocalypse. So based on your own skills, turn into stats in the game, and you get thrown into these scenarios to see if you're gonna win. Most likely you're not gonna win, you're gonna lose. That's why it was so great. In fact, there was a group of us that sat around the table and we were playing Outbreak Undead. Genevieve, if you're watching this, I am so sorry for when we were playing that game. But even though we were on two opposing teams, all of us coming together, we're nerds. At the end of the day, that's what it is. We're nerds, and what did nerds do? You just kind of attract to each other, because like growing up, we're so used to getting made fun of by people or getting thrown around by the jocks that we just like, oh, you're a nerd, I'm a nerd, all right, we'll buddy up, we can keep each other safe. And that's what happened in this house. Even though we were on two opposing teams, we were all friends, and anytime someone got voted off to go home, it was hard. It was difficult. That's kind of why we drank so much, really, if you think about it. Another question people are asking me is what it was like, did it hurt having Ivan be the one to vote for me and send me into the nerd off to go against him? It was so funny because we were talking early on, like we were almost like mirror images of each other. Like we were both just well versed in our nerd culture. And so just hanging out with each other, like we were on the same team, we were bros, it was cool. And we were talking early on, it's like, man, you and me, we got like this Wolverine Sabretooth thing, like brothers in arms, and eventually we're gonna have to go head to head against each other. This is way before we got sent in. We're like, dude, what would happen if we both got sent into a nerd off? It would be so epic. We're like, man, there needs to be columns of fire and lightsabers. Like, it needs to happen. There's no way we can go into a nerd off unless there's lightsabers and lava. But in the end, Ivan sent me home, and you know what? I have so much respect for him that there's no one else I would have rather had gone head to head against and get sent home by. First of all, that was great television. Second of all, it was epic! Again, you guys were asking about the whole story arc with Danielle, and why did I lie? Why did I lie? Man, that's a good question. I get thrown into a situation that I didn't know how to deal with, and so I lied to get myself out of it. But at the same time, I did tell everyone to vote for me, to put me into the nerd off. They decided not to put me in the nerd off. That particular episode, and so I had to deal with those decisions that I made. You reap what you sow. It was my actions, my punishment. I took full responsibility for it. I tried to make things better, and at one point in time I thought I did. That slap, man, the slap hurt around Nerdvana. I get slapped a lot in things that I do. I played the game as a rogue. There was $100,000 on the line, so that's how I game. I'm a little shady at times, but I was constantly thinking 3 steps ahead of like, all right, if this happens, this will happen, this will happen. If this happens, this could happen, then this could happen. Just sometimes you play the cards wrong and it backfires on you. You had one chance, and that's the way I did it. If I could go back and do it any differently, would I? I don't think so. If I did it differently, maybe I could have come back and won, actually. But this time, watching it, it was so good. It was like, this show was legitimately fun and good to watch. Even like, I'm in it, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Oh, I know, but still, oh my God, why would I do it differently? No, because it was too entertaining to watch it play out the way it did. One fun question was, on a scale from geek to Russian, how much did we drink on the show? A lot. The answer is a lot. In fact, another one of the games that Ivan has created is called Game. It is a Russian drinking game where you roll dice and you drink. Pretty much that's what it is. Ask him about it on Twitter. Game is completely fun. If you're of age and responsible, drinking. I'm very happy with how the entire show came out. I'm so glad that all of you guys are loving the show, and please, please, keep watching the show. This show is fantastic. This show is depicting nerds in a very positive light. And yes, I'm not on it, but I'm still watching it. I want you to watch it with me. I want you guys to tell me how you feel about the rest of the show. Now, yes, I may have lost, but I got you guys still. And really, if you think about it, win or lose, I'm still king of the nerds. That's how I see it, so they can't take that away from me. So let me know your favorite moments from the show in the comments below, because it is such an amazing show and it did such a great thing, and really, it brought so many good people together. And I'm so proud to be able to call all of them my friends now, even me and Danielle. Me and Trade Chat, we're great, we're cool. We'll text each other every now and then and be like, hey, did you just see this? Oh, this was up. And hey, did you hear about this World of Warcraft news? And she's like, duh, I already heard about it. I'm Trade Chat. I'm like, damn, you know. So that's my rant about King of the Nerds. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about next week. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Also, So Hinky has his own channel. Go check that out. Lasercorn's channel, I think, is coming next week, so be ready for that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You make me who I am. Make me king of the nerds, baby. Live out loud, guys. I'll see you next time. It was so hot, 100 degrees outside. That's why I took off my shirt, because it was so hot. And I wanted to show off the guns for the ladies. I'm sorry for that.